mean, I wouldn't say hate. It's definitely not.
This was not a movie.
I've seen worse movies. Okay,
this is not a movie. This was a TV show that just went on too long.
No, that's the thing. It actually was supposed to be a TV made for TV. Well, it was supposed to be a TV series.
It's supposed to be a show.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a TV something. But once Michelle Yeoh won an Academy Award, they're like, "Hey, let's make a movie out of this."
Well, also they dragged their feet on trying to make a show at first, and then you had a strike, and then you had first you had COVID, and then you had a strike, and then Michelle Yeoh got even more popular because she's an amazing actress.
She's an amazing actress.
This project does not even begin to describe how much it's like. How do you screw this up?
Right?
This badly.
Yeah.
And Chuck, hi.
Hi, Chuck.
I liked it.
Oh, of course you did.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, though?
Brothers, sisters, gender resistors. I feel like the outcast of this week. Welcome to another episode of Comic Book Rundown Presents. Everybody gives Joey a strike.
Actually, I think we're giving Chuck strike since he likes it.
Yeah, maybe I deserve the strike this week. We watched Section 31?
Star Trek Section 31.
Okay.
It's a made for Paramount Plus Star Trek movie.
Yeah.
Star Trek TV show extended edition.
Well, so my brain, when I first started watching it, I thought I was watching Rebel Moon, and I was very confused. Because
he actually texted me that. He's like, Joe, you're going to love this. It's Rebel Moon. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
It was also kind of Hunger Games.
Kind of Hunger Games, and then it was kind of Fifth Element.
I got Mission Impossible.
I got Mission Impossible vibes there for a minute.
Yeah,
the whole beginning with like the mission layout made me think of like PBS kids cartoons, like with the pop up like 3D. I don't know.
It's Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego.
Yes, thank you.
But
it was Ocean's 11.
But even with like the whole idea, like I know most of y'all, I don't know if Joe, you've even watched Discovery at all.
I've not.
Okay.
But I do know that the character of Philippa Georgiou is part of the show.
Well, it's not even that. It's even like Section 31 just as a concept, going back to Deep Space Nine when it was such this clandestine operation, very organized, like the Black Ops of Starfleet. And they kind of were homaging that even when it got up on Discovery. It's like, oh, this is going to be cool. Black Ops, Star Trek, that's going to be really cool.
The idea sounds awesome.
Yeah, and no. I didn't
the
care about anything
not.
about what was going on with the character except for JoJo, because I like her as a character.
Yeah.
So I think that's my thing is I didn't love this.
Yeah.
I liked it because I liked the concepts that they were trying to build.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what hurt this was the fact that it was made into a movie that was an hour and a half long.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What it needed was like a mini series. I had no investment in any of the characters because they just introduced them.
I agree with Chuck 100%. They should have made this a miniseries because then I wouldn't have had to watch it.
You're not wrong.
No, but you're right, Chuck, in the idea of, I care about JoJo because I've always liked her as a character, and it's always been a fascinating character, to your point of, I guess kind of time travel, but alternate dimensions, your hatred for that.
Was her backstory, was that talked about in Discovery or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the whole Mirrorverse concept dates way back into the original series with the episode Mirror Mirror, where they ended up finding out seeing alternative versions where. That's
where they all had the goatees, right?
Yeah. You had Spock as a goatee. You had them kind of wearing even skimpier kind of clothes even for the men, but like Terrans, like. Imagine like just racism run rampant amongst the human race, and they can't stand anything that isn't human. Okay. So
it's like the 2026 United States government.
Yeah. You've got Spock out there. It's been so long, I can't remember how Spock was tolerated, but the whole idea of Georgiou being the empress of the Terran Empire that got delved into. Because season 1 really, and I don't want to ruin it because there's a great twist in the first season of Discovery that relates to this, how JoJo gets into this. But it was just like they kept on building this whole concept. After a while, I even gave up on the whole Section 31 show. And then when it said it was a movie, I said, okay. But then when it came out, I heard so much bad about it. I don't make other people who like Trek, I trust, saying, no, don't waste your time. And so this is the first and last time I'll be watching this.
Which is
this
fair.
movie.
I mean, I really thank you for taking an hour and a half out of your time to watch it. I appreciate that.
No, I'd
And
put
then
it at
another hour out of
no,
your time to talk to
1.5
us.
speed. 1.5 speed, my friend.
I wish I
While
would've
doing
thought of that.
laundry, by the way.
I wish I would have thought of that.
Funny enough, I tried to watch this on my TV, and for whatever reason, Paramount Plus just wouldn't work on my PlayStation. Don't know why.
Even then, it didn't want you to watch it.
Apparently not. I had to watch it on my phone, so that kind of I
Same.
took some points off of there.
As Scorsese intended it to be.
Yeah, right. Cinema.
Okay, so I do have some clarifying questions because
Okay.
I don't know if I missed the explanation or they just didn't explain it all that clear. So Section 31 was the zone that they were in where like Starfleet doesn't really have any rule?
It's Section 31 is supposed to be kind of their CIA, their Black Ops division that does the things that
okay.
they don't
So the
that
team.
basically
So they-
violate the prime directive of everything. So it's
Gotcha.
kind of like yeah.
So they work. So they are under Starfleet, but Starfleet like pretends like they don't exist.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So
Now,
I wasn't entirely sure if they were like mercenaries for hire.
And see, that's where I have a problem with this movie in the sense of Section 31 has always been this kind of division of Starfleet that they really talk about. But this movie makes it seem like, to your point, a group of mercenaries, an unorganized section that just kind of want to do it. And even Kurtzman said that, oh yeah, we're not going to kind of do the whole like organization. In fact, I was like, okay, I like Kurtzman and everything like that. This is where I said, okay, no, I'm against your concept of this.
Yeah.
I would have liked it a whole lot better if it would have been like a government organization that was like.
It would have made more sense because especially by the end of the movie where
IMF.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, but in the movie where they even are getting orders from a admiral, captain, not captain, somebody from the Starfleet. Like, so it makes no sense that they aren't part of Starfleet.
Yeah.
That was Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis makes a cameo, which is like, who blackmailed her to be in this movie?
Well,
Borderlands did, because she
Borderlands did so bad that she needed to recoup some of that.
That actually might be true. She might have just needed to get some extra money after Borderlands because
I just figure she's friends with Michelle Yeoh after everything, everything, everywhere, all at once or something.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so that explains that. So I was also confused because I thought that they were essentially trying to do a Suicide Squad by the idea that these people all had criminal records or something, and they were trying to get them cleared.
And yet the one science officer of Starfleet was there to supervise them all, allegedly.
Right. He was like kind of the marshal flag of the... She was the marshal flag. Right.
Yeah.
Well...
Because it was the one with
I'm sorry. Yeah, the newest... She was like just fresh out of the academy or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the little pale girl.
Yeah. Who was like kind of a bitch.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, but she was also kind of cute.
She was stern. I apologize. She was stern. She wasn't a bitch. She was stern.
Like, I can't remember where I've seen her from, but I've seen her in something before.
When I looked it up, I saw... What did I steer it?
I feel like it wasn't like it wasn't anything important. It was like a TV show or something, like where she was like in episodes of it, but I don't remember what it was. And I didn't feel like getting my phone out of my room to check it while I was watching it.
She was
I put my phone. Okay, so I put my phone
Pines.
in my room so that I would actually pay attention to the movie because as soon as it started, like I killed my phone.
Oh, Arrow. She was on Arrow. Alina. 2017 and 2019.
Yeah, that's probably where I know her from. I just
or The Magicians. You ever watch The Magicians?
Was that on Netflix?
I think it was on Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi.
No.
It may have been on Netflix.
Okay, because I might have seen it then.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, continue.
Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying.
You put your phone away.
Oh yeah, because I killed it like in the first like 20 minutes of the movie. Like I was on my phone so much just looking at things. As soon as the beginning of it started, like after the whole Hunger Games thing where she kills her whole family, cold ass bitch. But
yeah, I thought she'd be a little dramatic there when she showed up and was like talking all about how, oh, we had to kill every single member, and then we had like me and this other guy, we were just being two but one and all this, and we had to go back to our families, and it's like, what are you doing?
But that's the other thing. Like, if this is part of the ritual, then wouldn't the family know when she came back that's what she was doing?
They should have.
But
Unless it's been so long that they've had an emperor that tradition has just gone out of style, that the regular
Like normal people don't know about it.
Common folk don't know that.
I guess it's possible.
they're dead. Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Maybe
anymore.
it was just secretive. Maybe that aspect of the like challenge isn't like known necessarily.
Just the inner circle of the
Yeah,
empire.
like just like you just know that you have to do a lot of bad things, but nobody knew that you had to go, because ultimately the people who won get to change the narrative of what happened.
Right.
Well, even when I
That's going
saw
on right now.
the weapon, she said it shouldn't exist, things like that. I said, "Oh my God, they're gonna do it, aren't they? They're gonna bring someone back from the dead. They're gonna bring him back. Yep, bring him
Oh,
back
I
from
knew
the dead."
immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately, as soon as that came into play, that who the guy in the mask was.
Yeah, there was that wasn't even like a shocker. That was expected as soon as the beginning of the movie happened.
Which sucks because I had to remember not to count him again later in my kill count.
So when they are fighting and like she's phasing like into a different different dimension or whatever, like a different frequency, they would have just fell through the floor and they would have died.
That was actually somebody's complaint in IMDb.
Because they ran through the walls just fine,
Yep.
but they were able to get traction on the floors. They were able to like jump up on the stage. They were, using things like that, but the walls didn't matter. So that means the floors wouldn't have mattered.
No, floors are made of different material. Floors are made of wood. Walls are made of steel.
But I mean, isn't that always
It's
the
vibrating at a
argument?
different frequency than this reality, though.
Isn't that always the argument with any phaser?
It's the same argument with like Ghost. How can Ghost walk on floors and walk through walls? Like
They don't. They walk through the stuff. They just float.
But like when the Flash
I will
does
tell you
it, the
this:
Flash,
I
it's
ain't
the same
afraid
thing.
of no ghosts. I just want to put that.
So
out.
when the
that's fair.
Flash does it, that's because the Flash has enough inertia build up when he's vibrating through things to where he can just continue.
explode
on
if
the
he
path.
stops. Doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is always cool.
Imagine the first time you accidentally did that as the Flash, and you're just like, "Man, I hope nobody saw that," and then you just run away.
I mean, they did it in the show, I think, if I remember correctly.
Probably.
And
But
also
I will-
during that, sorry,
No, go ahead. I was going to
Also,
talk about.
during
I was going
that
to talk about the
fight-
characters, but
Go for it.
the camera flipping while they're fighting, like, so it temporarily takes like somebody's point of view, and then like the camera tumbles over, like when Chuck tries to grab his phone while you were recording.
no, yeah.
That was annoying as shit.
See, I thought the first fight in the bar was good. I actually liked that first fight.
No, not the fight itself. The camera, like the choice of like temporarily going to the person that's flipping over's point of view, so you get this weird like view of it going like
okay.
that. It was unneeded.
Yeah,
That was a weird
Well,
choice.
sure, yes.
They saw Bad Boys too many times, and they said, "I want to do that.
I mean, you may not be
Make
wrong.
it suck."
In space.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Charlie. Give him
Goddamn.
give him $10 million. Make it
we
happen.
just got a new shirt. Make it suck, but in space.
Perfect. It'll go right up there with the other shirts that I still haven't put up on the thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I did. So I like the characters in this. I thought that they were fun. I was very confused at the Vulcan
Right.
at first, but
And then once they explained,
The Vulcan
Yeah.
robot, Irish bug, nanotech.
So wait a minute. So the little
Let's
dude
defend
who's
everyone.
flying, the little dude who's flying inside of him. Listen, I love Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot. So give me little dude inside of another dude any day of the week, right?
That's
Phrasing.
Chuck's
That's phrasing.
profile history or
Yeah.
browser
Yeah.
history. Big guy inside the little guy.
You're absolutely correct.
Little guy in a big man's coat.
He flies like into the eye. I swear they said that the Vulcan had died and they brought him back as a robot. Did I misunderstand that?
No, they made a robot out of in the shape of a Vulcan to hide these guys in or something. They bought them off the black market.
Yeah, a robotic
Okay.
suit that looks like a Vulcan. Yeah, because Ron's saying like, yeah, you're not supposed to be able to get it because they're that illegal.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
so nobody
they
would
literally
like
said they bought
question
it
it
off the
then?
black market.
Mhm.
No, because they're the CIA.
Right.
This
But
was just part of the
nobody.
expenses for overthrowing a socialist government.
Sure. What I don't understand is nobody would think it was suspicious that a Vulcan was acting like that.
Well, she did. That's why she clocked it when she walked into
Well,
the bar.
I know her, but she's the most intelligent person in the galaxy.
Right.
I'm talking about everybody else.
Apparently, nobody else was actually paying attention.
Well, she did say
That's
that. What's that thing that Vulcans go through when they're horny kids?
Pon farr.
There you go. The Pon farr. She said that he looked like he had some kind of mental breakdown during Pon farr, and it caused him to go a little psychotic and not fully.
The Vulcan equivalent to Rumspringa.
Yeah.
He never came back.
But so I like little squid dude.
See, I didn't care for it, and especially since like obviously you knew he was the bad guy as soon as
yeah, everything was very predictable in this. Like even I figured out that he was going to be the traitor.
The minute that his tone changed when the two groups separated, it's like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I did also. I didn't like the guy that played that character.
I thought he was fine.
There's just something about him that grated on my nerves, and I don't know what it was.
See, I liked him only because I saw him. He plays a side character in One Piece, the TV show, the live action TV show. So like I like the actor already.
Who does he play?
I don't know how to say the name, but he's part of Buggy the Clown's crew. I know you probably don't.
I saw.
Have you watched the
show?
Oh, okay. So he's one of the guys, the lion tamer guy. One of the, no, not the lion. Friends of the lion tamer, the one with the hair that is over here. It's weird. I can't remember his name. But part of the Buggy's crew.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Just watch the show. It's fine.
I think the reason why you hated it, Ron, was because he just leaned into very stereotypical, Irish. It was like really insulting.
Well, so that also kind of threw me off. Like, why would a nano bug be Irish and then his wife is like Southern American, like not South American, but like Southern United States?
Yeah, she had a very Southern accent.
Yeah.
Look at me. I got differentiations in my voice as I can do.
I mean, so for me specifically, very much like how we talked about in Akira, one of my favorite tropes is dude with a gun trying to kill a god being my favorite thing. I love pissed off, vengeful wife joins group to find deadbeat husband. That is one of my favorite other tropes.
But he's already dead.
This. But something so tiny
I feel like this
can
has
survive
to do
an
with
explosion
Chuck's
that big.
I don't know why.
Still
But I feel like this has
counted.
to do with Chuck's dad.
You're
Put it on
not
the bingo.
wrong. That's probably why. Like,
Put it on the bingo. I still counted it as a death because I mean we didn't see a body, but that was a giant explosion. And yeah, he did say that, or he did say, and she said as well, that tiny things can escape
Big explosions. Yeah.
But I don't know.
she probably knows. He's probably tried to do this before.
He probably has done it before.
Well, as many kids as he has, I mean,
1900.
yeah.
Well, I think that's what I loved about it was they imply
190,000.
this like he has a wife and a family and all this stuff, and then you find out he's a bad person. So I assumed he was making it all up, right? But then when his wife shows up and is like, "I'm not taking care of these fucking kids by myself," like I just really Oh man, I really super loved that. I thought that
I
was
think
great.
what I really hated about this movie is it couldn't decide what it was. Was it a sci-fi thriller? Was it a murder mystery? Was it an action
heist?
comedy? Was it a heist movie? What were we watching? They couldn't decide, so they just tried to throw it all in, and they did all of them poorly, is what happened.
That's why when like fans say this, like I was looking at some of the reviews of this, and apparently one of the critics said like, "This is the single worst thing to carry the Star Trek name." I'm not gonna go that far. I'm gonna go with boring, uninteresting. Like you said, doesn't know what it's doing at that point. I'm not gonna call it the single worst thing Star Trek has ever created. I've seen some pretty bad Star Trek in my day, and this does not.
That's
even...
true. We did watch Wrath of Khan.
Well,
Wow.
technically, that's not our lowest Star Trek movie.
not.
So,
Actually, I did, Generations was right there,
one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I have them all
remember what it was
ranked.
called,
When we're done with today's episode, we'll go over all the rankings.
Speaking of flashing back, why did we need a flashback to the beginning of this movie in the middle of this movie?
Because we needed to finish out what they were talking about.
We literally watched that whole thing, and then
no, because we didn't hear Stan tell her tell Felipe that he loved her. All we heard was her telling him that she loved her. Words.
Love.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Love, the final frontier.
Yeah.
These are the amazing voyages of Georgiou in Section 31.
I didn't realize that she actually killed him though. Like I know that they had talked about the fact that they brought him back. I thought they faked it. That's
He
what I
did fake
thought.
his death.
The first time.
Yeah.
Oh, but I thought they brought him back to life.
No, he just wasn't dead. He pulled a Dread Pirate Roberts on him, where he had gotten so used to the Eye King powder that he built up an immunity to it. So when he took the poison, it didn't actually kill him. That's a Princess Bride reference, Chuck.
No, I know that. Because okay. No,
that's
I knew
literally
the
what he
poison.
says. He's like, I built up an immunity to the poison. So
The poison that he drank then, right?
Yeah. Right. He had to.
But I thought
prior to that.
I thought she was supposed to kill him with the sword.
So no, she burned his face up because he's her slave.
Right. Yeah. She was basically.
Oh, I thought she was supposed to kill him.
No.
Two contestants enter. One becomes the emperor. The other one becomes the slave.
Which what would have happened if they both had killed their families? Would they both have been the emperors?
Fought to the death, I guess.
Or until one surrendered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
at that point, I'd rather die. I'm not going to be the guy known as the bitch who gave up. You know what I mean? Like,
killed your whole family, killed all these people, killed your whole family,
yeah.
and
only to be the slave. No, I'm good.
Like, then you got into a slap fight with
tempting,
your
but
girlfriend,
no.
and she beat you.
Yeah, I'm good. Past that.
But there's a scene where they're like on these like elevator transport things, and it was again. This is another one of those spots where they just horribly shot the thing, and like. It didn't make any sense at all. They just had a bunch of like these transports that were coming through, like the little. It reminded me of a video game where you're in the elevator in like a fighting video game, and like every floor stops and you have to have a fight, except they're just chasing each other on them instead of having any fun on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
Oh, okay.
And I thought the scene was kind of pointless.
There were a couple of scenes I agree that was like, wow, they could have done like some story progression actually instead of. But I did like the action, so I don't.
There wasn't any actual action in that scene.
Well, that scene, sure,
right?
Because everything's moving too fast. You really can't tell because they're on that platform.
Well, and they're on like 3 different platforms too. Like these platforms just kept randomly coming up. No, there were 3 of them. Because the first one shoots out with like 2 people on it. The second one shoots out with 2 people on it, and then the third one's just got the 1 girl on it.
No, she didn't go after. So the first one has Fuzz and the dead body of what's his name, the guy in the armor. The second one had Philippa Georgiou. Sorry, I can't say her name. Sorry, and Alok, whatever. and then the third one, and maybe the one, what's his, the one guy who can
The
morph.
shapeshifter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the second one had those three on it, and then the Garrett, the science officer, she was still handcuffed to the chair. She didn't go.
She broke a chair and got on one herself.
No, she didn't.
I'm
She didn't
pretty
chase
sure she
after
did.
him. No,
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am. Stop it.
Sure about
Also, okay, here's another thing. Chuck, for all the liking of the fighting scenes, sorry, I caught my chords.
Yeah.
Why? Who's the leader of the group? The dude.
Alok.
Alok. Why was he trying to choke a fucking robot? The whole fight with Fuzz. He just kept trying to choke the uninhabited
Autopilot of the robot.
that was
Yeah.
on autopilot, because that, you know, that it definitely needs air to run and function. Like, what the fuck was he thinking? Oh, what if I just choke this robot enough? You know,
Maybe he was trying to pull the head
doesn't
off.
count as a kill, therefore I could do whatever I want.
Maybe he was under the impression that's where the power switch was.
I found it interesting because I had to look. I was always curious to say, okay, where are we homaging like Trek lore at this point? One, I will say I love Sam Richardson as a comedic actor. Like him on Veep was brilliant, but like his species, the chameleoid, that one. That's one that the woman alien from Star Trek 4, that's her species. Star Trek 6, that was her species. So that was a nice tip of the hat
Oh, okay.
to that.
Oh, that's fine.
But then the Starfleet liaison, or, you know, when they keep them all in line, Rachel Garrett, she's apparently, that's supposed to be the eventual captain of the Enterprise C, who does eventually die. But that's where I said, okay, we're just going to randomly put people in this.
Also, what was the point of bringing the sex worker up just to have her die in the first like 10 seconds of the movie? Like,
make it saucy and spicy,
I guess, but she didn't really do much of any of that.
You're just sad. I get it.
It's Star Trek, so
That's
unless Kirk is specifically there to bang her, like, what's the point?
The one thing I didn't get is Alok allegedly took out the coolant of the ship, that little junker ship, because he knew there was a mole on the team, but they didn't know the mole was on the team until after they were talking to Donata, or whatever the heck his name was. By that point in time, they didn't know that ship was there, allegedly, right? I mean, I know he knew this was a safe house and he knew his safe zones, but like, why would he have taken that out of there, that little coolant coil, whatever the heck it was, out of that ship?
That wasn't in the ship. That was in the array, the communication array.
No. Okay, so in the ship itself, there was a coolant that needed to go in there to power the ship. That's what they needed to get the ship running again. And apparently Alok had taken it out because there was a mole running around, and he kept that part secret. And he said, like, I wasn't going to tell anybody about this because there was a mole around. And so once Fuzz got found out and took their ship and left, they were all like, well, how, like, this is when Philippa was like, well, we're stuck here. How are we going to leave? And that's when he walks over to the shelf, like, all right, well, here's the coolant or coil or whatever. So let's get out of here. Let's just power up the ship. But he's just like, that's when Garrett's just like, you had this the whole time? It's like, yeah, I wasn't gonna go give this to pull this out when the mole's running around. He didn't know there was a mole. How did he know to go pull it out of the ship to begin with?
I thought that they knew about that when they split into the two groups of three.
They knew about the ship because Garrett found the ship. But they didn't know
somebody being a mole.
No, they didn't. Yes, they did. But that by that point in time,
and I thought the piece that he pulled out of that came out of the communications array.
No. So what I'm saying is, by the time Garrett had found the ship while they were up talking to Donata in their ship. That ship blew up when he told them, literally as soon as they told him about a mole. Then they went and split up to find out where, like, into two sections. One went to the array, one went to the other ship. He went to the array. He didn't go to the ship.
Yeah, I thought that piece that they needed for the ship came out of the array because I thought that was the thing that was missing out of the array.
No, because
that body,
what's his name? The guy with the suit had apparently taken it out of the array because he literally, as soon as he left, as soon as he disappeared, and Alok and Garrett went to go look for him, literally he's back there because that's when Fuzz had gotten into his suit, and he had basically taken it, put it back into the array, shot off the message, and then destroyed the array.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that I thought he used part of that guy's suit to fill in the spot that was missing out of the array to send out the message.
Oh, that's possible too. I didn't see that part.
Because
I don't know.
I thought that what's her face, Garrett was like, "Yeah, we're missing this part to be able to send a message."
Yeah,
and then the robot dude, like, or the mech suit guy, like, goes crazy, kills himself because Fuzz is in his suit, and then Fuzz comes back and like shoves part of the suit inside of there to like power the array up to send a signal. I thought
that's also possible, honestly.
But maybe I'm giving them way too much
credit.
credit.
You were probably giving way too much credit. Again, I was watching this on my phone and I was paying attention, not paying attention. So, but my other thing I want to talk about is the Godsend device itself. It makes no sense because apparently that was bioengineered to just Philippe's DNA. So literally it didn't work on anybody else or for anybody else, right?
Yeah, so as long as she wouldn't have touched it, it would have never activated.
Correct. So it didn't matter who had it.
Yes, correct.
So why was Fuzz trying to sell it?
They couldn't replicate. Well, first off, nobody knew that. But second off,
well, they literally, as soon as they started activating it, it said bioscan it needed or whatever. Like,
yeah, but they didn't know that until
they would have as soon as they started it.
Yeah, but they would have sold it before they tried to start it. I mean, good point. True, good black market salesman doesn't let you sample the merchandise, Joe.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Go find them and turn them in?
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Report them to the police that you bought something on the black market?
Better Business Bureau, the Black Market Better Business Bureau, the BBB.
Yeah. But also, like, they could just figure out, I don't know, take her hand, cut her hand off. Make a clone of her. I don't know. I feel like they could do that in this. No?
I mean, it's possible.
They got a Vulcan robot controlled by a sperm. Like, what do you know? Like, what are we doing?
Star Trek, anything's possible.
You're not wrong. I don't know. That's just
sperm species.
My last note is that the sacrifice there at the end was pointless.
Just like this movie.
Kinda, yeah.
That's pretty accurate. I also didn't like how they used the exact same body structure for Fuzz's wife that they used for Fuzz. Like,
I wonder if they just had like multiple suits in his
that's
closet.
what they say, that we had bought two of them when we bought the first one.
Okay.
But at the same time, like, why would you need the exact same?
Look, what they do in their alone time is none of our business. Don't yuck their yum.
But in reality, it's called they didn't want to spend any more money, so let's just
find
a way to do it. Well, it's a line.
Yeah,
it's a line in the script. Just add it.
They spent so much just getting Jamie Lee Curtis for that 30-second cameo.
She spoke at the
They
beginning.
used her voice in the beginning. Yeah.
Okay, a minute cameo.
See, what this really was this was just this whole thing was just a vehicle for the actor that played Fuzz to be able to show that he can do two different accents, not just one.
Well, I mean, also, if you think about it, if they got another actor, they would have to pay them to talk. This was clearly on a made for sci-fi channel.
This was made on the budget of one episode of the original Star Trek at the 1950s.
I would say it was made on the entire 1960s
or 60s. Yeah, that's what I meant.
budget. The
I'll tell
whole
you right
series
now,
budget.
Yeah, that was $16 in a fucking can of Coke. Like,
thank
or a
goodness I
line of
had
Coke,
something
eventually.
good Star Trek to watch like right after this, because I'm telling you right now, Starfleet Academy, for all the knocks that people were giving it, my gosh, that show is actually very impressively good.
Good.
That's good to know.
That way you don't have to watch it, Ron.
Well, you said it was good, so it actually might be worth watching then.
You know, then
It's
Joe's
better
gonna
than
create
this.
it. Yeah, it's better than this. Yes.
Oh man.
I might check it out. If it comes recommended by Chris, I'll check it out.
So
It's
I have
it's not as crunchy though. It's not as crunchy.
Oh, well, that's
I
not
have-
crunchy.
I have one note left, and I'm not sure why I wrote it because I don't remember. Because I did watch this on like Thursday.
Oh,
But
jeez.
it just says plot device Barbie, and I don't know if there was just somebody that came out that just said something that had to do with the plot of it, and then like
Garrett maybe.
could have been like just
Oh, because she was trying to be a chaos goblin at one point.
Oh,
That was kind of fun.
That might have been what it was, where like she just says something to her, and it's like, oh, that just stuck in my
I
head.
did like that. I thought that scene was kind of fun. I chuckled at that.
creepy little doll.
I
Yeah.
also feel that they didn't use Michelle Yeoh to like an actual use of her skills. Like they made her character pretty
Mundane.
bland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
sad.
This was alright. Not. She was fine for a hour and a half TV movie.
That's fair.
That should have been a TV show.
Yeah.
Of course, okay, I will say this. I will give this show credit. We did get to see Chuck's best friend Chris one more time.
Yeah, I
on an
mean,
episode
right,
he's
right out there,
supposed to
10
be
out of 10. You know what I mean? Like,
10 out of 10. Gotcha. All right.
It's now ranked high. It's now ranked the highest this episode.
only for Chuck.
Only for Chuck.
yeah, and don't worry, everybody else will nuke the score figure.
No, not
Everyone's-
terribly.
Everyone's giving it a decimal point. Anything
Price
else?
is Right rules.
I've got
Oh.
nothing else. Ron, you got anything?
Hey, no, we actually covered all of my notes.
Chris,
Wait a minute, we're supposed to write things down?
you don't have to. Ron and I always do.
With
I know,
movies,
you know that.
especially with movies like this,
I was like, say, Chuck,
if I
don't
didn't
things
write
down.
stuff down, I wouldn't have remembered anything about it because it would have just like
I
Yeah,
saw
that's
something.
fair.
It was Star Trek. That's about all the notes I got.
there was
Yeah.
a hot chick in it, and I remember that part, and that's it.
Yeah.
People die.
Yeah, I don't. The
yeah,
more
about
I
8 of them.
yeah, I remember it better if I watch it closer to the time we were recording. But I watched this on Friday, so
See, I didn't have time to watch it anytime this weekend, so I watched it on Thursday, and it definitely watching it earlier in the week definitely sucks when I come back, especially if I don't make good notes. Because sometimes I make a note and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna remember what this means, and then I'm like, thanks, you know.
Thanks,
Plot
Pastor.
device
Pastor
Barbie.
Ron.
Yeah,
I I was busier than I thought the last couple days, so I actually had to watch it today, which is fine. I mean, it's fresher in my mind, but yeah,
Sorry about
yeah, it's fine. It worked out.
Alright. So what's your
But yeah,
kill count, Joe?
So kill count was 8. Kind of low
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that's low for a Star Trek movie. Weirdly enough, where
compared
they're
to
not
all the
supposed
other
to kill
ones.
people.
Compared to all the other ones, actually, it's kind of low.
Yeah, so I feel like, well, you know what it was is they didn't have a bunch of random crew people that they could just kill off.
Yeah,
other than
And
the
also-
other than the sex species girl that was just like, yeah, I can make you horny. What? That's what they
figured
said.
you-
That's how they described her. They're like, yeah, she just
That's
makes
true.
people horny.
I also figured you would have appreciated that character a lot more, Ron.
I would have if she would have been around longer than 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
what you got for bingo, Ron?
Do we have a limb count?
Nope.
So for bingo, we have implied nudity origin flashback, dead parents, government interference, comic logic, unexplainable science, sexual innuendo, fight for control, something, and betrayal by a friend.
Oh, that's 7.5 bingos.
Or 2.
Or 2.
1, almost 2 bingos, not even 2 bingos.
Oh,
Tell Gary I said hi, Joey. Chuck, what's our Matrix metrics on this?
Oh man, this looked like a made for sci-fi movie. It was fine. In the beginning, I believe I wrote to Joey in the chat and said, "Was this AI generated?" Because the opening scene didn't look real. It didn't look like real people.
I agree, actually.
Yeah, I couldn't fit. I legitimately was watching that opening scene. I was like, "Is this animated? What am I watching?" It reminded me
what they tried to do with the Final Fantasy.
Oh my god! I said the same thing.
Oh, Advent Children.
No,
No, Spirits
Within.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god! I said the same. I was like, "Wow, this looks like that Final Fantasy movie that wasn't a Final Fantasy movie."
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool that we thought the same thing. That's weird. Yeah, I thought it looked really goofy and weird and not real. But then it all of a sudden became real, and I got very confused. It was fine. It felt like a Michael Bay lens flare situation all over again. In some instances. And also then I was watching Dune for a little bit. I didn't know what was going on in the desert.
That's accurate also, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 1 out of 125. I can't. I mean, this is like seeing it fresh, and also it's out like this is the time that it would be out. It doesn't look good for this era. It looks like something that was made when I was in high school. Like, it's confusing.
Somebody's cousin probably wrote this.
Yeah. One out of 125 news. Whoa.
Okay. So for not a Muppet, I wanted to say Fuzz.
Oh.
Mainly, I was trying to think the little Fuzz, so that he would go into puppets. And actually, when little Fuzz, he'd be bigger, so he'd be like a big thing going into the little puppets.
Okay.
I said A-Lock just because I wanted him to come on to different Muppets and choke out a Muppet.
See, I said Georgiou because I wanted to see her just kicking the shit out of a bunch of Muppets.
That's fun too.
Slit the throat of the one and just have a bunch of buzz come out of it, literally and figuratively.
Jamie Lee Curtis. just so the entire movie is a Muppet movie, it may have been better.
Actually,
right.
And then for some reason we don't know why, but Jamie Lee Curtis as a human just shows up.
Okay, that might be
Muppet
the winner
Babies
right there.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think Chuck
by the
just
way,
won that one.
absolutely love the new T-shirt idea from the Akira episode. That speaking of Muppets, I got the biggest kick out of that. Yes, absolutely.
And maybe I'll put that one up too whenever I get.
Well, I mean, I have to make it first. But...
Well, yeah, and I still have to put the other ones up. So
wait, we still don't have Arnie punching Snuffleupagus?
Look, I've been busy.
Man,
I've got it on my phone. I just gotta upload it. I'm lazy. Busy, not lazy. Anyway, all right. So that brings us to our scores. Chris, starting with you. What you got for this?
2.32.
Good decimal points.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's getting close.
That's fair.
Last week we went 7 decimal points.
You went 7 decimal points.
Alfie went 7 decimal points too.
Oh yes, Alfie did that. You as well. Alrighty.
Oh God.
Speaking of Chuck, what you got?
All right. Is this a Star Trek movie? No, that's why I enjoyed it. Look, it doesn't have any. There was no time travel. There was no old people standing around talking. There's still people standing around talking, but it was at least broken up with some fistfights, which I thought was cool. Conceptually, I like this idea. I like the idea of the Black Ops group that's not acknowledged by Starfleet really, and they get sent in, and they're kind of like this ragtag. This is Stargrave to me, which is a really dope miniature game, and I really like that, and it's really cool. The execution was not great. I think that this suffered from the fact that they made it a movie. If they had made this like an 8-part miniseries, like they just did one season and just let it do its thing, and we got emotionally connected to characters, like when Mech Boy dies, I didn't care. I didn't give a shit.
No, not at all.
And I feel like if that had happened in like episode 5, where I finally I learned his actual backstory and why he was the way he was, and they gave him a little bit of humility or something. Or humidity, either or. He could have been sweaty. Where
mech suit on.
or with the mech suit on if it's not working right. But like it just kind of happened, and it was like, oh, okay, that was a character they just introduced that they ended up killing off. I think it would have been. I would have liked to also seen a little bit more of the trial stuff to make me kind of hate her a little bit more, and to also make me feel like those two actually loved each other. Like, let's see all the stuff that they needed to do to protect each other up to that point.
That's true, and they could have done it as flashbacks throughout the series.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that way, when he comes back, we really do truly understand why he wanted his revenge in the way it was, right? So with that being said, though, again, I like this in concept, but execution wasn't great. I also, like Ron said, I wish it had picked its thing. Just either be the Suicide Squad or don't be Suicide Squad. Be Mission Impossible or don't be Mission Impossible. Like, they were trying to do too much into a little time. But Jamie Lee Curtis did show up, so that's like a 10th of a point bump for me. I'm going to say 5.11 742.
Son of a bitch.
We got to break up these ties, Chris. You know what I mean?
No,
that's fair. That's fair.
Ronald, how do you feel?
Okay, so I think I liked this much better than the Wrath of Khan. I don't remember what the Wrath of Khan, but I feel like it was really low.
I'll tell you in a few minutes.
And so this had too much going on. I had no connection for any of these characters at all. I didn't like the plot device of the story being this ball that we don't even know what it could have possibly done, but it was something bad. Meant nothing. Without Chris here to explain that the whole Mirrorverse thing was actually from way back when, I would have never known that. I don't, I'm not that deep of a delver into Star Trek. And there were so many holes in everything that they put together in this that it didn't hold water, And I really didn't like too much about it. There were some fun action scenes. There was some cool stuff in there, but they didn't give it enough time to build itself into something good. And with that, I am going to give this a 1.91.
Wow.
Well, okay, see, because I know that I rated some of the other ones at like a 2, and I don't think this is quite there, but I'm pretty sure that Wrath of Khan was way down on the list, and I wanted to make it a little better than Wrath of Khan, and I think Wrath of Khan was like a 1.5 or something, so. Joey.
All right, so for me, we've pretty much nailed on the head. Like, they didn't know what they were doing. They tried to be too many things. I like all the actors, most of the actors and actresses in this. There just wasn't a story. Action was good for some of the scenes. there was comedy where there shouldn't have been comedy. They were trying to shove comedy in when it just wasn't needed.
Mhm.
I think that's one of the things that I liked about the Abrams ones is that the comedy felt natural. And maybe it's just because I like those actors, I've seen them in other things, and so I know how they act. Whereas these guys are all new to me. All the actors are new to me, and so I don't know how they are. And when you've got Mech Boy over there, like telling a joke and like shoving somebody, it's like that's not funny. Like I have no idea what the hell he's doing. But they're pushing all this comedy in there that just really makes no sense.
So you're saying it's got the comedic depth of like the not the Snyder Cut, but the other Justice League.
You mean Joss Whedon's or?
Yeah, that'd be the one.
Hmm.
I said not the Snyder Cut, right? Because didn't Snyder make a cut of the Justice League or something?
Why do you do this to him? Why do you
all the time?
Why do you upset
All
him?
the time. But no, so this one, I mean, there were parts of this I enjoyed. Not a lot of it though. So I'm giving this a 2.47. It's not a great movie, but the fact that it was supposed to be I think if this was a TV series, so that it could expand like the characters out more, and the fact that they were gonna make it a TV series and then made it into a movie because Michelle Yeoh got super popular and they wanted to capitalize on that, I think hurt this project. So with that, I should bring up the other thing. With that gives us a total of 2.95, which drops it in at number. I'm dragging it out because I haven't got the list up yet. 2.95 drops it in at number 190 or 167 out of 188 movies.
Top 200. Can't argue about that.
We're still in 200. It is just behind Weird Science at a 3 and just above The Shadow at a 2.89.
Okay, so I like this as much as I like those, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
It makes sense that Weird Science was above this because Weird Science had nudity.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, just like that random ass scene. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys banter while I figure out the. Hey, Chris, real quick, do you have a score for Star Trek Motion Picture, or do you not care about that one?
I don't care.
Okay, cool. You guys banter while I figure out this the rankings here.
I have
real
a
quick.
score. It's just gonna be. I would say I would watch this over the motion picture.
That's fair. Okay,
If that helps.
that does help.
Okay.
Wow. That's pretty crazy. What'd you guys have for dinner? I had I made lazy stew, I call it. It's when I just throw a bunch of crap into my crock pot. Yeah, that's what I had.
Sometimes I do that when things are going bad, and I'm like, "Oh man, I need to make something with these." So it's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, it's
I need
soup
to
time.
feel even worse.
It's soup time, buddy. You got to throw everything in the pot and just hope the bad stuff boils out."
Yeah. Well, so I opened the fridge and there was like some
I want a new
slightly
pain.
gray meat. That was
As long as
like
it's
beef
only
stew.
slightly gray. You're fine.
Yeah, well, it smelled fine, but I couldn't figure out why it existed. I was like, "Mom, what is this?" And she's like, "Oh, well, your aunt and uncle went grocery shopping, and I went with them. And your uncle, who has dementia, just kept picking at the wrapper until he accidentally opened it. So then I had to buy it." And I was like,
So he's like
okay.
Throw it back on
a
the shelf.
5-year-old, and how they negotiate to get what they want.
"Yeah, pretty much." But he didn't want it. He just, I don't know what he was doing. So anyway, so he fingered this meat, and then I had to cook it like a week later. I didn't know it was ripped open though.
Yeah,
I would have
Or
cooked it
apparently
days
violated
ago.
too.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So I had finger bang stew. It wasn't bad. So I
You boil
dredged it with
anything to a high temperature, it'll burn off those bacteria.
fire. Yeah, pretty much. High recommendation. A little bit of horseradish in your beef stew really sets it off real nice. That's a nice spice that you don't normally find. Not a lot, just a little bit, just a little
I mean,
spoonful.
horseradish has got to be a little bit. I don't really like horseradish, so.
We had burgers and tater tots.
Burgers,
That's
tater tots
what
are
you
good.
do. Yeah.
All
I
right.
haven't made dinner yet tonight because I'm going to do that after we get done podcasting. So
That sounds like fun.
So, AK, Joe, finish this up.
All right. Well, I mean, okay. So, do you guys want individual rankings first, or the full rankings
Full
of
list.
how we?
you should do in order of what we normally do. So you should go with Chris's, then Chuck's, then mine, then yours, and then our total for all.
Okay. So, Chris, starting from the least to your favorite. So, your least would be motion picture, obviously. Then Section 31, Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier, Insurrection, Generations, Star Trek 3, Nemesis, Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, Star Trek from 2009, Star Trek Beyond, Wrath of Khan, Into Darkness, Undiscovered Country, and then First Contact was your favorite one.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Chuck,
Oh no.
your worst one,
Uh-huh.
Wrath of Khan.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Generations, the motion
Uh-huh.
picture,
That's crazy.
Search for Spock, The Final Frontier, Undiscovered Country, The Voyage Home, Nemesis, Insurrection, First Contact, Section 31, Star Trek from 2009, Beyond, and your favorite Star Trek movie was Star Trek Into Darkness.
Really? Okay. All right. I don't remember liking it that much, but okay.
Yeah, you gave Into Darkness a 6.99. That was your highest score.
Nice.
Oh, I definitely did it for the meme. Okay.
Yeah. Ronald, your lowest is Star Trek the Motion Picture, Wrath of Khan, Section 31, Search for Spock, The Voyage Home, The Final Frontier, Generations, Undiscovered Country, Insurrection, Nemesis, Into Darkness, Star Trek, Beyond, and then First Contact was your favorite. And then for me, my least is The Final Frontier, Section 31, Motion Picture, Generations, Insurrection, The Search for Spock, Nemesis, The Voyage Home, The Wrath of Khan, The Undiscovered Country, Beyond, Star Trek, Into Darkness, and then First Contact was my favorite. And so that leaves us with the comic book rundown rankings for Star Trek. At the very bottom, so number 14 is Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Started out strong.
Yep. Next up is Star Trek 5, the Final Frontier. After that, we've got Star Trek Section 31. Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. Star Trek Generations. Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. Star Trek Insurrection. Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. Star Trek Nemesis. Star Trek from 2009. Star Trek Beyond. Star Trek Into Darkness. And our favorite was Star Trek First Contact.
Yeah. That's because it is the best one. Except for Chuck. Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck didn't like
Yeah, but I feel like I actually did really enjoy that one. So that was the heavy Data one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
The
love
Borg
Data.
and all that.
Yeah. I love Data. I think Data is probably the best character in Star Trek. So
All right. Before we start saying our goodbyes and stuff, Chris, what comic book movies that we might possibly be coming up on would you be excited about watching with us?
Joey's just got to give me an
This way,
updated
well,
list.
see,
and
I'm trying to get ahead of Joey on this so that
I was making the list earlier, and then I'm like, oh crap, I gotta do the Star Trek list. So I did that instead.
Joey's just got to send me a list.
What is your favorite early 2000s to 2010 comic book movie?
Say 2003, because we're not gonna get 2010 this year.
Okay, that's fair.
When did Dark Knight come out?
We already watched Dark Knight.
Nah.
And that was 2008.
No.
2012 was Dark Knight. Or was it 2008?
What? Let me ask you this, Chris. How do you feel about Santo? Do you know who Santo is?
No, I don't.
Oh man, I might have a show for you. Yeah, I got two movies for you that you would love to watch.
Although it might be a Sunday morning to record those. We can talk off mic.
I'll work around for Chris. I'll figure it out. To bring Chris in for a Santos double feature
for getting franchised,
and just have him come on, going, "What the hell did you have me watch?"
I felt with this movie.
If I could describe Santo to you in any conceivable way, it's Scooby-Doo meets what did I say it was? It was Scooby-Doo.
Oh crap! What did you say?
Yeah,
hold on.
It was the selling point for Joe. I don't remember now. James Bond. It's
there we go. Yeah,
James Bond. That's what it was.
All right. So what's the time range for comic book movies? Give it to me again.
2000 to like 2002 or 2003. Not Marvel or DC because we're already past those, I think.
But Santo is like a superhero because he's a luchador who wears his mask and his wrestling outfit the entire time.
Unbreakable?
No, Santo wasn't in that, Chris.
Okay, here is Chuck's actual wording on it. It's Mexican James Bond. If he was in the Scooby-Doo universe, he's the Hulk Hogan of Lucha Libre. And then I said, so wait, he's a terrible racist or a hack?
I know, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah. No, he was the most famous luchador to break into to like movies. He did soap operas and stuff. But the whole thing is you don't hire the guy who was the man behind the Mask of Santo. You hire Santo to act in your stuff.
You're not hiring
he wears
Dwayne
his
Johnson,
wrestling.
You're hiring The Rock.
Right. You hire The Rock. You hire Hulk Hogan. You don't hire Terry Bollea. So he wears his luchador mask and his wrestling gear the entire movie. It's awesome. It's great. Anyway, it's really cool. Santo, we'll bring you on. Don't worry.
I'll get a hold of you for Unbreakable. That'll be in a couple months.
All right.
Oh,
I'm looking at this list right now. I was like, man.
Yeah, so the list I have, I've got a couple of randos that these boys will probably hate me for.
All right.
Yeah, but
I
don't need any more reason to hate you, Joe. So
I'm just glad the strikes were last season, so Chuck has kind of forgotten about them.
I haven't. He's just been showing us stuff that hasn't been terrible.
Yeah, that's gonna change. I think at least just by
I don't know. I like this, so who knows?
Okay,
that's fair.
So, Chris, where can they find you?
You can find me on all the socials at Chris Belga, and every Thursday night you can catch me live on the Geekverse Podcast YouTube channel for Marvel Alliance with my co-host David, where we, at time of recording, we just broke down the first 4 episodes of the Wonder Man miniseries, which it actually is pretty good. It actually is pretty good. So the last 4, I think, the last 4 episodes, which we will review this next week, really bring it home, and I'm enjoying it. So, but yeah, check me out there or on any podcatcher of choice under Marvel Alliance. I'm gonna miss you for a couple of months, best friend.
I know. I'm really sad about this. This is really breaking my heart.
It's why he's been so quiet.
I know.
Yeah, I've been really upset about it. Honestly,
you can see how puffy his eyes have been getting.
Yeah, I don't want to get a community strike again. Otherwise, I would sing that song I sung last time. I thought it was your last time. Hey, you know where Chris could find me though? The last Sunday of every month, right here, where Chris will come on to do Santo with us, which I'm very excited about. A little show we like to call Getting Franchised, the latest, greatest in media franchises. I think we call it now. We changed it a little bit. Yeah. At time of release, and I forget where we are in the month.
End of February. So we just had an episode drop. Which would have been Death Race 2000. 2000. Yeah.
Listen, this is what you're going to do. We talked about it last week. This is what I want you to do this time, okay? You're going to go on dating apps. You're going to get a match. You're going to take her out to a nice dinner. Get her a little tipsy. Ambitions, just all that. Nothing inappropriate. Just one drink. And you'll be like, I have this great idea. You're gonna bring them back to your place, light some candles, have a great time, and then while you're bumping it, you're gonna put on our review of Death Race 2000 and Death Race from 2008, where Joey and I talk about how weird it is that there's so many Nazis and that's totally okay. We're gonna talk about how Sylvester Stallone does a lot of domestic violence for no reason.
It makes
Right.
sense though. He's a Trump supporter.
Yeah,
Well,
you
we
know,
didn't know that
looking
then.
back at, yeah, but it makes a lot of sense now. Also, he's the only one whose cars has guns and he never shoots them.
Right.
That being said, I unapologetically love Death Race 2000 for all of the satiricalness, absolute total satiricalness, 100% that movie was. Next month, you can get ready. The Raid and the Raid 2, we apologize, it is on Pluto, but you can still seek it out, watch those, get caught up. Arguably, the greatest Indonesia, yeah, it was in Indonesia.
Think
It was
so,
Indonesia. Yeah. Critically acclaimed action movies of all time. Some really insane stuff. Ron comes on and joins us for that. It's really awesome. So get watching those, and then you can listen to our review. Outside of that, hey, you know where you can find me? On the interweb. Kicks Out of the Hobby, No Ian Kicks, where I am actually sitting in a different location if you're watching the YouTube, because I did it. I locked in for a whole week. Did I do this in a week and a half? I got this goddamn bed that I've put my phone on forever. It's up and it's out. Hey, by the way, if anybody needs a twin size bed frame and bunk box, talk to me, okay? If you're local to where I am, I will happily just give you the frame. Nice wood frame, has drawers that go underneath it. And I got my table set up, and I got a goddamn bookcase behind me. Now I am rolling. I'm gonna get creative and crafty. I just have an unbelievable mess over there I have to clean up first. So by the time this gets released, hopefully I'm building stuff. I'm gonna build some MDF terrain because I got my table to do it now. And I'm very excited about that. So check out all my hobby stuff. Kicked Out of the Hobby. No Ian Kicked. Ronald, let them know where they can find all of your art at Good Art This Game.
All right. Well, Chuck just said it. You can find me on my art on Instagram at Good Art This Game, and obviously on our shirts on TeePublic and Redbubble. You can also find me on Instagram and not TikTok anymore because it's getting all kinds of weird out there. So I just kind of have deleted that off of my phone. But Good At This Game, all one word. And you can obviously find me right here on this wonderful podcast. And yeah, Joey?
You guys can find us over on all socials at Comic Book Rundown. You can email us comicbookrundown@gmail.com. Rate and review us on your podcasting app of choice. If you do, we'll read the upcoming episode. We've also got Kamen Rider Chronicles every Monday and Thursday. We've got Comic Book Rewind every other Saturday. This show and Kamen Rider Chronicles are on their own feed, so check those out if you want to. We love it. If you don't, that's fine. It's all on this feed anyway. Shirts will eventually get up on the TeePublic whenever I remember.
Whenever he has his next vacation, I'm sure.
Maybe. And then song was done by Cam. So our next movie that we are watching, this one is a classic, I think. I don't know. We're watching Inspector Gadget. I haven't seen this one in forever, so
The
Matthew Broderick one.
Yeah.
the live action one.
Yep.
The
They
first
made
one.
an animated movie that was very good.
Did they? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, like in the 2000s?
No,
Because I know they made a second one with French Stewart, and I'm not too thrilled to watch that.
not
one,
good.
but,
Not good.
Yeah, he said it was French Stewart, so obviously.
yeah.
No, they it was based off the animated cartoon. They did. I think it was like an hour-long movie or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't sure. Yeah. Live action. Wow. This thing sold some damn toys and kids meals at McDonald's. Or no, it was BK. It was BK. It was cool. All the pieces of the kids meal were in each individual gadget, and then you could put, if you collected all of them, you could build an Inspector Gadget action figure.
Neat.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was like a really cool concept for for a toy.
Like buying Marvel comics to build the Marvel comic figures to get the actual big figure that came.
Yeah,
with
like
all
a Build-A-Figure. Yeah.
Yeah. My kids had the Abomination and the Sentinel. The Sentinel was awesome. The Abomination was okay.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, the Sentinel was actually like this big. Like it was
big one.
freaking
Like,
wicked.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
So yeah, that's what we got.
Inspector Gadget. Bada bum bum bum.
Did it.